Welcome or welcome back to WatchAdvisor on YouTube. It's Alexander speaking, your host. And in the picture, you see 3 new chronographs belonging to the Zenith Chronomaster original collection. These are 38mm chronographs.
Don't forget to subscribe and to hit the bell to get our latest notifications.
These 3 chronographs are the ultimate evolution of the A386 of Zenith. They are, since they are 38mm chronographs, unisex. They are faithful to the heritage of the brand. And this is a particularity, they are now powered by the new caliber 3600 with an increased power reserve of 60 hours. And as you can see in the picture already, the chronograph hand is making one turn and one entire turn over the dial in 10 seconds. So the chronograph hand, you can see now, starts and it takes 10 seconds to finish one entire turn to swipe over the dial. And I will explain you the particularity of that movement in just a few seconds. So all the 3 watches you see on your screen do have a diameter of 38mm. This is an 18 karat rose gold watch. This is a steel edition, and this is a steel edition with a bracelet, steel bracelet. So you can combine, and this I will also show you the steel bracelet always with the steel models, but the gold one features a beautiful leather strap with a 18 karat pin buckle. So I will now grab the one in the middle and show you the little details of the case. What I will tell you now applies to all the 3 watches just shown before on your picture. So this is a 38mm case, and the dial diameter is 33.05mm. And yes, from the side, look beautifully with the big Zenith star on the crown, the push pieces. The thickness of the watch is 12.6mm, and as always I have also been measuring the lug to lug distance, so the distance from one lug end to the other lug end. Depending, as you can see, how it is designed, the lug, depending where you are measuring, I have been measuring in between 44 and 46 millimeters. So there you see how the lug looks like. And this is why I give you 2 measurements in between 44 and 46 millimeters. There we go. This is a sapphire crystal. It's a domed one with an anti-reflective treatment on both sides for perfect visibility. There is a sapphire crystal, of course, on the see-through case bottom that has a anti-reflective treatment on the inner side and shows the new Primero 3600 movement that is now powering these Chronomaster original watches that continue faithfully to the history of Zenith. The story, the Primero 3600 features a power reserve of 60 hours and increased power reserve of plus 10 hours compared to the original version. So that's quite something. It is a column wheel chronograph, but this is something I will show you a little bit later. Automatic, of course. And on the dial, you see the central second hand making one entire turn all around, swiping over the dial in exactly 10 seconds. And normally the hands do always smile at you. I always set the watches to 10 past 10, so the watch smiles now, resetting it to better be able to show you the subdials and their functions. As I just said, the new Caliber 3600 offers a perfect readability of the 1/10 of a second, and that's a specialty of Zenith, as you all know. The El Primero is the watch that started with a 1/10 of a second chronograph. The balance wheel oscillates at 36,000 semi-oscillations per hour, that's 5 Hertz, and what you have indicated on the dial is a 1/10 of a second. But the readability is always a question. How can you, if you do any measurements with such a chronograph, read the 1/10 of a second? Yeah, by increasing the graduation, by spreading the graduation, and then when you are you have the central second hand moving over the dial in 10 seconds. When you stop the watch, you can then do readings much more easier than you could if this would not be the case. The scale, it shows here 1/10 of a second. And what happens, you have a subdial that I have to start the chronograph again to show you this. Since the chronograph central hand makes one turn in 10 seconds, you of course need a subdial showing you the 60 seconds. And we will be able to see this when the hand now reaches this is the moment, 60 seconds. And now when the central second hand made its complete turn, you will see that the subdial shows 10 seconds. That's now the case. Let us continue to see. And next, what we will see are 20 seconds. So you can perfectly understand what I'm talking about. Now we are heading to 30 seconds. I'll take away my pointer. You see this, it's reaching now 30 seconds. And when you when you want to make any readings, you stop the chronograph. It's pretty small, so I have to concentrate. So we have 32 seconds and 32 and 6/10 of a second being measured. Actually, this will be impossible on such a watch with an even smaller graduation. Impossible. 32 and 6/10 of a second. And now if I restart, you will see continuing, that hand will continue to swipe over the dial in a speed of 10 seconds, one round. And this is a particularity of the new 3600 movement. So on the outer side, on the rehaut, as they say in French, you have that graduation to make the readings of the 10th of a second. Well, then the watch features, of course, a minute counter. The minute counter is positioned at 6 o'clock, 60 minutes counter. This is the 60-second counter, 60-minute counter, and this is the running second. So if I stop the chronograph, you will see the running second continues to indicate that the watch, of course, is functioning. You also have a date. The date window is at 4:30. Now let me jump right into another novelty, if you want to name it that way. I've been talking about that in a video we've been putting online in January about the Chronomaster Sport, where we presented this new movement the very first time. If all those Zenith lovers know, that was this a little bit weird thing. When you were pulling out the crown in the first position, you were changing the time. This now has changed. First position is, as you have it with all other chronographs, or we are used to have it with all other chronographs, you have the change of the date. You can see this. I'm changing the date here. run you through. You see the huge numbers. And when it comes to double digit, of course, the size is a little bit smaller, but still readability is good for the date. Very nice haptical answer coming from the watch when you are changing the date. There we are. And I'm going back to the 28 now. And what happens in the second position here, then the watch stops and you may adjust the time. This was different, and what also is now the case that the watch has a stop second, so if I would start the chronograph it wouldn't work. Now you can see both the running second and the central second hand start again, so there is a stop second once you pull out the crown in the second position. There we go. This also enables you now to make or to adjust the watch exactly with a time signal if you want to do this. Just to show you this, that the same things I have been explaining you before do also apply, of course, for the other two models. We see the central second hand swiping over the dial, 10 seconds, one round. You have the second 60-second sub counter here, the 60-minute sub counter at 6, and the running second, of course, at 9 o'clock. Date indication, so the same, just the difference that, of course, the subdials do have the typical Zenith color, blue, dark gray, light gray, and this is, yeah, the difference. But the same watch, everything applies. 12.6 millimeter thickness, lug to lug, distance the same, 44 to 46 millimeters. And this watch features, and this is something I want to point out right now, a beautifully made stainless steel bracelet. There it is. I will position it here on the table in front of you so you can see it with a folding clasp as security. And this metal, this stainless steel bracelet is of course also available for the steel version. So if you want to wear all the other steel versions with the bracelet, that's possible, but there is no full gold or massive gold bracelet available for the gold version. So the gold version is only being sold with a leather strap, including a pin buckle. Yes, I will open up this for you. You can see it. Very nicely worked. Here the security. And no, there is no length adjustment if you are thinking about this. So no easy or no tool-free length adjustment. But yes, you have the possibility to move. I will bring it a little bit closer to the inner camera so you can clearly see it. You have the possibility to move with tooling. There is a spring bar here holding the bracelet in the clasp, and if you press on with a little tooling pointer on it, you can easily move the spring bar in these holes. You just push here, then you move it diagonally, and then you turn the watch or you turn the bracelet around and you move it. So this is a length adjustment you can do at home with the little help of a tooling, whatever it takes. That's not rocket science at all. Spring bar here, as I just said, you push, then you move it in the clasp in this hole, you turn it around, you do the same procedure here, and then you can do some length adjustments. If you need to do more of those, yes, you have to unscrew. The links. They are screwed, and then you can do some crucial length adjustments. This bracelet is much too big. As you can see on the wrist shots we are providing, you will see that this bracelet, at least for my 17 centimeter wrist, is by far too big, and I needed to squeeze in something to be able to show it to you. You can see that now. So many links come with it. But this is an option you get if you are interested in wearing the watch with a bracelet instead of a strap. Let me also show you the 18-karat red gold case in all its details. So from the side, the Zenith star on the crown, the two push pieces, the see-through case bottom as we saw it already on the steel version. Of course, same applies here. I have to notice that all the watches you see now in this video are still prototypes. So there is no hallmark yet on the case button for gold. There will be a hallmark there once the watches will be coming out from production. So these watches are prototypes, just to let you know in case you're watching now and you're saying, hey, where is the hallmark on the case bottom? It's not yet there, and the reason is, yes, it's a product. 50 meters waterproof, I said that before, and yep, you can see it once again. This is the new 3600 now movement, and yep, and enabling this readability of the 1/10 of a second. Now from the side, you can see this. Same dimensions, of course, nothing changes. With the gold case, you have a brown leather strap coming with it, nicely or perfectly matching this warm red gold tone. But of course, if you don't like brown, I think one could easily wear this gold. Let me show it again from this side. This is a beautiful view when you come here. Sapphire crystal, both sides, anti-reflective treated. And as I just said, yeah, you could wear this, I think, with blue or black, depending on your tastes, and possibilities are there. And I know that Zenith offers lots of choices for the bracelets. This is the bracelet that comes with it so far. The Caliber 3600 from Zenith is a column wheel operated chronograph. You see the column wheel here on your screen, this blue painted or blue treated column wheel, and you can see that the little nose that is getting its information from the column wheel, either to connect the chronograph intermediate wheel with the chronograph center wheel. We are not able to see due to the rotor. So the chronograph central wheel is here underneath. We can't see it covered by the rotor. We would see it if it would be a manual winding chronograph, yes. But once I will start the chrono by using the start-stop push piece, you will see that the little nose will fall in between two columns, and then the chronograph intermediate wheel here will connect to the chronograph center wheel, and this will start the chrono. So watch, please. I'm bringing it to perfect. You see it is now in between two of the columns, and the chronograph intermediate wheel has connected to the chronograph central wheel, and on the dial side now the central chronograph hand is running. Stopping it, the little nose gets on one of the columns again, and then the disconnection is done. The chronograph intermediate wheel is disconnected from the chronograph central wheel. I will do this a couple of times for you so you can see it. Now it's activated, chronograph is running, started, stopped, started, and stopped. There it is. So let me just stop. This is started. I will stop it, and when you push here, then you reset the chronograph. That's what I've been doing right now. Pushing at 4 o'clock, resetting it. Is there a superluminova on the die? Let's discover it together. Anyhow, I can tell you we will find superluminova on the indexes and on the hour and minute hand, so be ready for our dark shot. There we are, you can clearly see the indexes and the hour and minute hand where superluminova is applied, and you can see how the die looks like in darkness. Here they are once again, the three chronographs, 38mm Zenith Chronomaster original chronographs. Yep. Price-wise, in steel, 8,300 euro, including 20% VAT here in Austria. If you decide to get the watch with the bracelet, you have to add 500 more, 8,800. So there's a plus of 500 euros. Always please be sure to know this is including a VAT of 20%. So if you want to have a net price, please deduct 16.666% and you will have the net price. So, and for the gold version, they charge you 18,600 euro. Yep, that's the options, and be sure that you can get, of course, all the steel versions either with a leather strap or a bracelet. It's your choice. But to repeat that once again, the gold version is not offered with a gold, full gold bracelet. Of course not, that would make the watch much too expensive. It is only offered with a leather strap. Something I dare to mention in the video already, it is not yet being published, but there will be, as an offer for women, there will be versions with some diamond settings on the lugs and with a mother of pearl dial too. So there will be clear offerings for women to wear this chronograph, since with a 38mm or with its diameter of 38mm, this watch is, yeah, it's perfect size. It's unisex. You can, if you are into smaller chronographs, smaller sizes on your wrist, a perfect watch. If you're a woman, offerings will come, as I just said, gem settings on the lugs, on the front side, and mother of pearl. That's only one example I can name for the moment. Okay, so thank you very much for watching the presentation of the new Chronomaster original 38mm, now powered by the Caliber 3600. Thanks for watching. Your comments are very much welcome as always. And yeah, I'm looking forward to answer your questions if you have some, and of course to read your comments. Stay tuned, stay safe and sound, and see you back soon on WatchAdvisor on YouTube. Bye-bye for now.